At the back of this painting, a king and queen are caught in a grey mirror. Van Eyck's Arnolfini mirror adds 2 witnesses at the door. Here, the reflected pair are nowhere else in the visible room. So where are the monarchs? What is Velázquez painting? And why has the room turned towards you? Follow their eyes. The mirror is not the answer, it is where the problem begins. Las Meninas, Diego Velázquez, Madrid, 1656. There is a room, and almost everyone in it is looking at something. At the center stands the Infanta Margarita, attended by the maids of honor who give the painting its modern title. A maid kneels with a small red cup. Another turns beside her. A boy presses a foot against a sleeping mastiff. But 3 gazes come straight out of the picture: the Infanta, the woman in blue at the right, and the painter himself. Leo Steinberg noticed that the people here can be grouped by what they see. Some attend to the child, some attend to one another. The figures at the edges appear to understand more of the room. Then there is the final watcher, you. The picture needs someone in front of it to complete the exchange. You look in, while the painter and the court look out. Most paintings let you inspect their world without being noticed. Here, looking is the event. Now move left. Velázquez has placed a second painting inside this one, but he has shown only its back. The canvas is enormous. Its front continues beyond what we can see, and whatever he is painting remains hidden. It may hold a portrait of Philip IV and Queen Mariana, the pair in the mirror. It may hold the scene before us. Some readings make the mirror a reflection of the monarchs themselves. Others make it a reflection of their painted image on this unseen canvas. The evidence does not settle it. That uncertainty is not a hole to fill, it is part of the construction. The hidden surface reaches towards the real frame at the left, while the open doorway cuts through the back wall and the mirror pulls the space in front of the picture inside it. Velázquez gives you the real painting, a painting being made, and a reflection that might belong to either world. Keep the front of that canvas hidden. We will return to it at the end. Follow the gazes to the mirror again. The Prado identifies the 2 faces as Philip IV and Mariana of Austria. That much is firm. Their location is not. If they stand in front of the scene, then they occupy a space close to the viewer. Velázquez may be looking past us towards his royal sitters, but the mirror may instead show their portrait on the hidden canvas. The first written description does not close the question, and later scholars have divided over it. Notice what this does to rank. The king and queen are not enthroned in the center. They are reduced to a dim reflection. Their daughter holds the light. The painter stands at full height. The royal presence matters, but it does not control the picture in the ordinary way. Identifying the monarchs has made the room less certain, not more. Now leave the mirror for a moment. The clearest claim in this painting is the man holding the brush. Step back from the puzzle and look at Velázquez. He has not hidden a small signature in a corner. He has painted himself, life-sized, at work, beside the royal family. By 1656, he was not simply a court painter. He held senior offices in the palace and worked close to Philip IV. Yet painting was still vulnerable to being treated as a mechanical art, a trade of the hand, rather than the work of a gentleman. The red cross on his doublet belongs to the Order of Santiago. He entered that noble order in 1659, 3 years after Las Meninas was completed, so the cross was added later. Legend gives the brush to the king. Other accounts consider Velázquez more likely. We cannot name the hand. We can name the argument. Velázquez stands before a canvas that towers beside him. The monarchs attend his act of painting, whether as sitters, reflection, or intended audience. He places the maker face to face with royal power. The mirror asks where the king stands. The painter asks why the artist should stand any lower. Now return to the eyes. They read differently. Before, the gazes made you part of an optical puzzle. After the painter's claim, they become a chain of recognition. The court looks towards the monarchs. The monarchs appear in the mirror. The painter looks across his canvas, and the viewer completes the circuit from outside the frame. Steinberg described three interdependent states here: the real, the reflected, and the depicted. Each one alters how we read the others. A royal presence may inspire a painting. The unseen painting may produce the mirror image, or the reflected monarchs may stand before it all, outside the frame. Las Meninas was made for a private, royal setting, and Philip was its primary audience. Each time he stood before it, he could encounter himself as viewer, possible sitter, and reflection. Today, that place is occupied by strangers. The rank changes. The mechanism does not. You enter the position from which the painting works. You are not turned into a king. The picture does something more interesting. It shows that identity in this room depends on who is looking, who is reflected, and who has the power to make the image. Lift your eyes above the mirror into the darkest part of the wall. Two large pictures are almost swallowed by shadow. They are copies after mythological compositions connected with Rubens, the story of Arachne and the contest of Apollo and Pan. Both belong to a world in which making is tested before divine authority. Scholars have read their position behind Velázquez as part of the painting's argument for the nobility of art. The royal family dignifies the painter's workshop below. Images of artistic contest reinforce the claim above. Yet Velázquez does not make these pictures easy. They are barely legible. The point arrives through placement before detail. Painter beneath, artist gods above, both inside the same structure of rank. Light does the rest. The foreground figures are sharply present. Velázquez stands further back in half-light. The attendants behind him begin to dissolve. At the far wall, the mirror glints and the doorway opens. Status is being argued in a room where everything becomes less solid with distance. Follow that light to the door. At the back of the room, José Nieto stands on a stair in an open doorway. We cannot tell whether he is arriving or leaving. The door supplies the painting's clearest depth. Bright steps continue beyond the dark chamber, and the figure cuts across them like a marker between spaces. Velázquez builds much of this distance with light rather than with a diagram of perspective. Figures become less defined as they recede. The open door, the window light, the mirror, and the pictures on the wall all turn the room into a system made for sight. Come close to the Infanta's sleeve, and the image breaks into loose marks. Step back, and white satin gathers itself again. The court feels present because paint can be both matter and illusion, depending on where you stand. The doorway opens out at the back. The hidden canvas pushes beyond the left edge. The gazes and mirror cross the boundary at the front. This room is closed by architecture and opened by looking. Only one boundary remains. Turn back to the mirror. The mirror is still small. It is still dim. It still contains the king and queen, but it no longer behaves like a clue waiting for a solution. Follow the route once more. The eyes lead out. The hidden canvas turns away. The painter claims his place. The pictures above him raise, making towards the gods. The doorway opens through the wall. Every part asks where an image ends and its viewer begins. We still cannot see what Velázquez is painting. We still cannot prove whether the mirror reflects the monarchs in the room or their image on the unseen canvas. That is the honest ending. The space in front of Las Meninas is completed every time someone stands before it. Philip once occupied that encounter as its primary audience. Now you do. Not as the answer, as the next participant. The painting has spent all this time showing you people who look, people who are looked at, and a man making the image that holds them together. So, when the room turns towards the space outside the frame, the last question is not where the king stood. It is simpler. Who is looking now?